All right, motherfuckers, we're going. We're recording here.
Back
So,
in this bitch.
Daya,
You know what,
preach.
Daya? Um, so this is gonna be a quick surface analysis of our predictions to Daya, but mainly for the short term.
Mm-hmm.
Mary was gonna have short term, so this is not something where we're not saying it's gonna tank. We're not saying it's gonna blow to the moon. We're just saying, hey, if you're looking for a quick buck this week, next week coming up, maybe the next month, this is what it is.
Speak for yourself,
But
man.
we
I'm predicting a $10,000 Daya by the end of the week.
That's fucking stupid. Um, so we're saying right now, to me, the
Yeah,
way this is looking like for our chart. So we did go past the all-time low
yeah.
that, and yeah, and mid-August. But what I'm saying is, after all the things that happened, Bitcoin fell off. Now we're testing it. We did pierce through, didn't stay on it, didn't fall. Now it looks like it is making higher highs and it is getting squeezed into this apex on this side.
Yeah.
Now, assuming it does continue with this pattern, so whatever's going to happen, um, we're assuming this is going to go up here. Then, man, I never got. Where's that polygon? I keep losing
What? Yeah, you went quiet there for a sec.
it. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, where's that polygon, double curve R? Oh, yeah,
There you go.
this here, boom, boom, boom. Then another breakout, let's say. Then if it does follow this and it follows the proper pattern, right? Follows the proper pattern for this ascending triangle,
Mm-hmm.
then my thoughts are that this thing over here, this bad boy, is going to basically take. I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna be a bit conservative. If it goes down, then I'm expecting this for the short term. So let's not panic. But when this goes all the way up here, and then now we're here, I'm assuming that this will probably pull back to 47 for like 50 cents maybe.
Really? Well, if it breaks below, you're saying?
If it breaks below, so now mind you, if we go up and it breaks above this, that's a different story. But
Mm-hmm.
if we're following the typical ascending triangle pattern, what happens is if you so previous to us, can you still see my screen? Can
Yep,
you still
yeah.
see
Yeah, it's recording your
the
screen,
web?
yep.
Yeah, but is it the web page or is it the chart?
It's the Google. We're looking at the triangle right now.
So prior to us entering the ascending triangle pattern, if we were going up, right? If we were going up and we enter and then breaks above it, just continues like it's supposed to be. We go up, we go get down again, retest, and it goes back up exactly how the length of the base of that triangle. So whatever from here all the way down to here, we equalize that, and then we go up the same exact, or not the same exact, but
The same
the
length.
same exactly going
Yeah.
up. Now, if we're going down, on the other hand, it's a completely different story. If we're going down, if we're looking at something like, wow, this is a very bad example. Um,
You're speaking dangerous words, man. I see where you're
just
going.
opposite is true. So
Yeah.
now, if we're going down and then we hit this triangle and hits the apex, this right here, I would say for the least where it came from. But if we're being conservative, like I said, and we actually take the base, I would say maybe something here.
Yeah.
Then initially we're looking at this maybe going down to again here. And if it does, then we expect it to maybe keep going down, or if it retests this zone and it stays there and it bounces back up, that's a completely different story. But in general, the main or the general trend is downwards right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We hit it, assume a small pullback here. I would say maybe that's a good 26% if anybody would want to short it, or if it is available for shorting. That's a different story. But that's what I would think right now, unless something major happens. And then this whole thing could be wrong. So I
Yeah.
don't know what's your thoughts.
Well, I think it's a twofold. I'd want to also see, just out of curiosity, what the like MACD and RSI would be saying. right now, just to see if like even at the current, I'd be interested to see if it's oversold or overbought at the current price there. So
Right now, sorry, it's in the middle. It's just neutral. It's not telling much. It's close to the 50.
yeah,
If you go to the one page chart, yeah, it's not even saying much. 2 hour chart. We are having some sort of you know, lower highs basically.
yeah, and it's not even that low where I'd expect it to start moving upwards and too. Like this is looking like we could
Exactly.
expect further movement downward
Down,
on the strength there.
definitely. I would think so too.
What's the
Even
MACD
if
saying there? Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say even if we're because if we're looking at the history, if I take my 4 hour chart again, and we start looking where our MACD hit the oversold area. So this is where people are looking at us saying like, okay, this is good. We're gonna go in. We're gonna go up. Even when the RSI was telling us that this is oversold, we didn't really go up much.
Yeah,
It wasn't a significant pump in the price.
that's a good
And
point.
if we
Yeah,
so, but that's how I usually look at it. Is like, sure, what's going on here? If we're saying this, even if this is going back to this point where it's oversold and we're expecting a pump upwards, looking at the history of this thing, RSI is not really saying or doesn't have a big play in how much people actually pump this stock up.
yeah,
So,
I totally agree with you. Also, man, fix your MACD. What the fuck is this all green histogram? What is this bullshit?
hey, man, this right here. How do you have your MACD out? And
Bro, when it goes into the negative, into the red there, it's literally red. But your histogram there is solid green.
yeah, man, look, that's just the way it is sometimes. Okay,
Yeah, but
it's not fix it, buddy.
hold on. Oh, zoom into is there a crossover right there on the MACD? Oh no,
Uh,
there isn't.
yeah, but we're seeing a downtick at least.
Yeah, man, this is real bearish. Like, look at this.
Like it's looking. What I was saying when you told me, "Hey, by the way, don't go crazy. Like, don't scare." Like, I'm done, man. Shit, this is not looking.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just short. It's completely different. What happens in the long.
yeah. Like this bear trend that we expect here could just be retouching the bottom of that triangle or that wedge formation there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um,
I'm not sure volume though.
volume's down a bunch. Yeah.
On maybe when we hit the ape, I would say we should expect something happening if we're saying if we just draw our zones so we can compare what happened down the line and we don't forget. If we just put our zones real quick. Oh my god. So we said that this might just go back to this right here. And that is taken into account for the least the base
Yeah.
of the so somewhere around here. This is the zone where this is gonna go to, we would think, if it goes down. And if anything, we'd expect something around 17th of September when we expect some sort of so next week, by next week and the next week we
We'll
should
see.
expect something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One thing I think is very important to keep in mind when specifically talking about is Dia is a decentralized oracle, much like Chainlink. So whatever happens with Chainlink, I believe, will definitely impact what's going on with Dia. Right? Make
it would
sense?
be a good idea to take a look at. Was there? Did you see any sort of? Hmm. Okay.
Well, the good thing about Chainlink is that it found support higher than I believe what was it expected by a lot of people. Like that price level doesn't have a crazy lot of historical support, right? Like just a little bit. I mean, it kind
It's
of
actually.
it makes sense. It makes sense why it found support there, but
Hmm, I see, but maybe it still breaks down. Never know.
yeah, no, it definitely 100% could. But whatever way Chainlink does break down, I believe it will impact Dia. And even to zoom out further to look at the macro picture even more is what happens to Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency in the world, affects all other cryptocurrencies. And even further, the stock market affects Bitcoin. So what happens to the stock market is going to affect Bitcoin. Bitcoin will affect Chainlink. Chainlink will affect Dia. So it's important that if anyone's considering entering a trade on any of these, that you consider all those factors because they all influence each other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's extremely similar in terms of Bitcoin and Dia right now. The
Yeah.
way it's actually
Uh,
extremely similar.
Another thing too is almost the entire market is experiencing something similar to what we're looking at right now, where there's a massive, uh, uh, a drop in price and then some kind of consolidation. Many cryptocurrencies are looking very similar to this right now. So the the big question here is whether or not Bitcoin will continue to fall or not. If Bitcoin falls down further and fills that CME gap somewhere around 95, 9600, the rest of the market is going to go down as well. Another thing too, like if the stock market goes to shit tomorrow, like there was a pretty large correction this week where the S&P, like the entirety of the stock market was down a little bit, which caused Bitcoin to go down and everything else to go down. So like there's a lot of factors here, guys. At the end of the day, we're gonna see positive price momentum, in my opinion, once we see Bitcoin stabilizing and moving upwards.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I agree. It's we're in a time zone or time phase now where we're better off just zooming out and just kind of taking a look and see how things play out, at least for the next maybe couple of weeks, and see how things go with Bitcoin. I
Yeah.
think that's governed right now.
Yeah, man. Have you been doing much swing trading? Do you have much interest in swing trading right now? Because right now is pretty kind of like a no, it's a not very certain time, you know?
Yeah, if anything, I was more interested in shorting. I feel like there's a bunch of, especially between Spree and this is Spree right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it's like we're hitting our same thing with Daya, but I think this right now has a bit of a chance to actually bounce off. So for anyone looking for a quick uh, chance of buying this and then maybe a quick swing trade, this has a more better chance of actually going up than Daya. To me, Daya is a kind of a perfect setup soon enough for a quick short. And we're saying how much was that? I think it was a good 25%
Mm.
if it's shorted. Spree
Oh
would
man, to
have to think,
all time highs. How much is that?
oh yeah, so it was 51. Chainlink, we haven't taken a look. Maybe we'll talk about Chainlink and maybe we'll talk about swing trading like in a separate one. What
Sure.
do you think?
So why don't we maybe like give some final thoughts here, and maybe we can talk about something else, maybe. So um, if I can just take a moment to brag a little, I am so happy I made that S free trade, man. Not
So,
only did I make 91% return on investment, but my trading pair was Ethereum. So all that profit I was given in Ethereum, and Ethereum's very likely to do extremely well throughout the course of the next year and a half. So not only did I make a crazy amount of profit, but that profit is likely to do extremely well throughout the course of the next year.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm real happy about that.
There you go. 90% yield, man.
Yeah.
That's what happens when us.
Yeah. No, you know what, too, man? You helped me out in that trade as well because I believe it was you that pointed out to me that this looked like a cup and handle. I think it was you actually.
On was it Spree or
Yeah, Spree. Yeah, the one we're looking at right now. I think you were the one who like kind of mentioned to me like, hey, this kind of looks like a cup and handle. I didn't really. I think it was
I
you
actually
who. Yeah.
forgot, but it sounds like something I would do. You know what I'm
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you
saying?
did. So, all
No,
right,
that's
man.
good, man.
So, unless you got any more thoughts here, maybe we can wrap this up.
No, I say we wrap it up. See,
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, for whoever's left still here, thanks a lot for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. Thanks a lot, guys.